Good morning, Phoenix Typewriter here. We're going to look at this Underwood or Remington Noiseless Portable. That's exactly what it says here, Noiseless Portable. I'm not sure exactly which model this is, but there's a bunch out here that are very similar, and they're the ones that push the type bars forward. Instead of throwing the type bar, it pushes them forward. As you can see though, this typewriter is not moving. Should be moving like that, but it's not because the string is broken here, which is the drawband, and we're going to replace that today. This machine is a perfect example of what goes wrong with these though. Underneath here is an important part. See this orange piece you can see right in there on the top, and then there's another one right here on the bottom right there. These control how far these key levers go down, up and down, so that one on the top is how level they stay, one on the bottom is where they bottom out. Well, that's critical because that bottoming out is exactly what makes this contact that. So if it's out of whack there, it's going to affect the print. That's something that's got to be looked at on all these. I've been known to replace these, and it's a really tough job. But sometimes it needs to be done. That piece is rubber and just deteriorates in here. You got to disassemble it all. And of course, the second thing that goes wrong with these is the feed rollers go flat, like this one right here. Let's see if I can get this to show up on the camera. Get the flashlight out. You'll see this feed roller right here. It's not even turning, so let me release the pressure. I'll turn it by hand. And all of a sudden there's a big old flat spot right there. That's really common. See that flat spot? The back ones on this particular machine aren't as bad as these front ones here. But it's so common. So now when this turns the paper, it gets to that flat spot. And generally doesn't turn at all. Stops just like that, so they're not turning. See that roller's feeding the paper through, but it's not turning. The particular customer on this one does not want to do that. It still rolls the paper through, but what we're going to do is a drawband, and here's half of it, and it connects right here to the carriage. We're just going to start on this, and let's go ahead and loosen this up since we got the camera down this way. And it's got a little attachment point here, just like that. So it's got a little knot, a little bracket right there. That bracket's just going to stay. Just loosened it, and the string goes underneath that slot right there. So let's take a string and we'll go over here to the mainspring. And there's the other half of it. It broke right in the middle. So this one you have to take the mainspring off. The slot that's in here where the drawband connects, there's no other way to connect it unless you take it off. So we're going to go ahead and remove this. That screws pretty tight. And go ahead and take this whole spring off. It's just going to flop down here. And watch it, there's a gear on the top here, right there. That comes off pretty easy, so it goes on. It can go on both ways. That's the way you want it. Okay, so it's the greasy side. Just remember that side meshes with that. So this thing attaches into this little hole, but you have to separate this to get it to in that slot. So let's find something here to separate that with. Let's see if I can use this. Let's see if I can separate this. There it goes. This is just pressure. It's not on there very tight. And there's that slot, and then you can pull the cord out, but you have to compress the spring some, otherwise it's pressing against it. So what you got to do here is relieve that pressure a little bit. Let's see if this wrench fits this. So I'm going to wind this spring right here. I'm going to wind it tight, and that's going to, see that it made the gap here. Just comes right out. There it is, got a knot on it, so you can let this go back for now. Okay, so got our parts, and here we go with our draw band itself. So we need to find a suitable replacement for this. And let's pull my drawer of draw band material out. I've already looked through here, and I figured out this is too small. It probably would work. It's a little thinner, so I don't want to use that. Then I found this piece from some other machine, and looks pretty good, because I think it's too big. And I'm digging around here a little more, and I found this piece, which I'm not even sure where it came from, but it looks just right. So we're going to use that piece. Slide this out of the way. I'm going to make a piece here. So let's cut this and make a knot. On the end here. In fact, both sides, just to get a simple knot. I think I'll probably double knot it. Okay, so that looks pretty good, actually. Yeah, I'll double knot it just to be safe. A little bulky. And let's tighten that up real tight. And we'll cut off the excess. And it's a nylon rope, so I'm going to go ahead and melt the end here. It doesn't fray. All we got to do now is get the length right. The old draw band. So let's measure this out a little bit. Right there. And we'll keep on going with the curly piece here. And it's right about there. So let's just make it an inch more, just to be safe. So I'm going to put the knot right there. And let's go ahead and double knot it. And just tight. And we will let that knot be a little smaller. It's a pretty big knot. Same thing on this side. Let's trim this off and melt it. Okay, let's throw everything to the side. Okay, new drawband. So let's start with sticking it back in the mainspring here. And again, we're going to have to put some tension on this so we can get it in that slot right there. This mainspring is bucked up against there right now. You know, might be able to squeeze it in there. Let me try just propping this out of the way a little bit. I think it's going to fit. That'd be nice. Oops. Find something to push it in here with. That knot is a little bigger than I would like, but no problem, it's going to fit. It kind of, you know, it's going to be fine. When this gets compressed, it won't even really be touching that mainspring much. So there it is. Let's put the cap back on it. And let's squeeze it on there, make sure it kind of snaps into place. I think that's it. As long as it's flush against this piece here, I think it's in there. That's pretty easy. Okay, so we got the gear goes that away, and let's I think we're just going to mount it. I think we're just going to put this back in the way we took it out. You got to watch this little rocker. This is what keeps the mainspring from. I'm not sure what the terminology of this piece is here, but that gear rides in there, in those teeth, and you can access it from this side once it's in there. So we just got to get these two pieces in here, and a screw through here, like that. Line that up with the screw hole there. Let's see if we got this pretty close. Make it very close here. Let's see. It's a little tricky to get that lined up just right, but found it. So don't tighten it down all the way. You need to check, make sure that everything is in place here. This rocker piece there. Look at that. See, it lines right up with the tooth there. So when we get it all tightened, we'll be turning this piece like that to tighten it up. So let's go ahead and finish tightening this and make sure it's tight. Tight. Make sure we got that still okay here. Looks good. Okay. So, you know what I like to do is that cable, that drawband comes around this pulley right here, and this pulley's kind of messy, it's kind of dirty. So let me clean that real quick. looking better. So it comes off that mainspring around that pulley and back over. And let's see if we can fish it out of here from this side. There it is right there. So, Huey should be able to grab this. It should line up with that pulley. It does. So that's it right there. If we were to tighten that, it would move right here. So, okay, so next trick is to run it right through the carriage here to the other side, and I got a tool for that. My favorite tool in my toolbox, my extendable super long spring hook. Okay, that's going to run right through the carriage like that right there. Should poke through the other side. Should come out. There it is right there. Not quite where I want it to come out. There it comes. There's my spring hook. And let's just see if we can connect it up and pull it through. Oh, didn't make it that trip. Got hung up on something. Let's try it again. Let's try it again. Come on, let's make it. Okay, got her through. There it is right there. So let's grab that. Make sure this is around the pulley. We can always come back to this if it's not. And let's attach it to the rail back here. Right here. Let's do this little gizmo. Yeah. See if I can get an angle on this. So there's our little attachment point. What we're going to do is stick it in this little groove. I have to, oops, this thing almost spun back in there. Gonna loosen this another turn or two. Just like that. And let's grab this pulley or this draw band again. And it looks like I hopped off the pulley over there. Let's okay. So okay, tighten that up. popped out a little bit. I'm going to redo it here. Okay, let's take a close look at this. Not quite the way I want it. It's not exactly the way I want it. It's just a little crooked. Bracket. Oh, there we go, just like that. I don't quite like that. Let me see. Okay. That looks better. Get this tightened up here. I will say it's good. Okay, that looks satisfactory to me. Okay, so that's back in place there. Let's see about the rest of it here. See what this thing is still in a it hopped off the pulley here, so let's see if we can refeed it right here. Okay, so yeah, it's got a, the rope is drawband is right there. All we need to do is really bring it around this pulley like that. So that's it. It goes, starts over here, goes around, goes through there, up to that side and over. So there she goes. We can probably wind the spring just like this, and then we lock it into place. So let's find a good way to drive this pulley and then keep the pressure on this tooth. So okay, we're gonna use the platen knob for a leverage point. See if I can go 2 teeth at a time. So now it should have some tension on here. Looking good. All I'm going to do is tighten that up the rest of the way. And should be set. And don't know, it's probably got to go about 5 full turns maybe. Quite a bit of turning here, but it's definitely the safe way to wind the spring. I've been known to just grab that spring and turn it, but we'll just do it this way. I should have some tension on here now. Let's see what it's like. Looks good. Looks good. Let's take a look under here. See if we can get this to spin. Looks good. It's winding on there nice. Alright, I want to make sure this nut's tight for the screws. Yep, nice and snug. I think it needs more tension, but let's see. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, needs more. So let me wind this some more while we got it on camera. Probably going to wind that some more off camera, but get the idea. Alright, that's it. Drawband replaced. Mainspring wound. Bell works, thankfully. And we got a nice little Underwood here. That needs some feed rollers, but it's working. We're going to do the rest of the tune-up on it. This machine's in pretty good shape, except a little bit of a wear right here. But that's okay. The feet look pretty good, definitely acceptable. Alright. Phoenix Typewriter. Good day.